What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 84 of Next Gen Music. Oh my god, we've been doing this for 84 episodes. It blows my mind. Been doing this for so long.
Years, 84 years.
Yeah. My name is Mitch. Joining me today is Michael.
Meow meow.
And Chase.
Hello, hello.
We don't know. We think Richard may have died. We don't know.
Well, I hope not.
Or, yeah, hopefully not. But that or he's in super Facebook jail, as we were joking about. So.
Yep. Turns out thick thighs don't say lives; they take men.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff to talk about today, which is going to be it's be nice. We've been having some slow weeks, so now we got some stuff to talk about. Before we talk about anything, though, Chase, you just uploaded a video on the YouTube channel yesterday.
I did.
You want to tell everyone a little bit about what your video was about?
So yeah, beginning of the year, I ordered. Limited Run had a blowout sale, so there were all their remaining copies of like all the games that they had released, or like over the past year or so. They put into a blind box, so each blind box had one of the limited run games and a limited edition card. So I ordered 28 of those, which was the maximum amount you could order. Because I've been trying to collect a lot of the limited run games over the past few months, and then this was kind of my chance to catch up. So I ended up getting, I think, out of the 28, 24 of them were not duplicates.
Wow.
So I got a pretty good amount of stuff, and then the ones that I did get duplicates of are actually worth some pretty decent money. So I'm going to try to I was trying to either sell them or possibly trade them with someone. So
Nice.
yeah, but yeah, I got Celeste, I got River City Girls, I got the Doom 64, I got Freedom Finger. If you guys haven't checked out Freedom Finger, that's a great game. There's some fun ones. There was like a handful that were not worth as much as I paid for them, but most of the games that I bought ended up being worth a lot more for them. So very excited about that. Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
All right. Well, so which one are you going to play first?
That I don't know. I have so many games to play right now.
Well,
I literally, I got those in the mail, and then I got like 3 or 4 other games in the mail. And Amazon sent me like an extra game. I ordered a game, and they sent me a PS4 version and a PS5 version for some reason.
Wow.
So,
well, speaking of all these games to play, let's talk about what we have been playing this past week. Michael, would you like to start us off?
Yeah. I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite. I'm really enjoying the no build mode. I kind of wish there was like, I don't know, like a semi-limited build mode, like where you could build like up to like 5 platforms and then it just trails off after that. But really enjoying the no build mode. I think I agree with everybody. Fuck the tanks.
Yep.
And been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel a whole lot. Again, stayed up till like 2:30 in the morning last night.
Yes.
For no reason.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It's I mean, it's got a lot of gacha mechanics. There's cat girls. What's not to love?
The only thing it doesn't have is Vaporeon. If it had that, it'd be perfect.
All it needs is Vaporeon. And you know, I'm sure somewhere some developer team up and combine the 2 card games together into a fleshlight, and then we can have the best of all 3 worlds.
Jesus. Chase, what have you been playing?
I ended up playing Elden Ring 3 times all the way through. Did the new game plus. Did end up getting the platinum trophy. After that, I was trying to play something else, like not open world, because I just went from Horizon to Elden Ring. So I bought the Quake PS5 version I'm gonna say January maybe when it was on sale. But I bought that for like $3. I also have that pre-ordered for a physical version as well. So, but I went ahead and played that. They did add a bunch of the original campaigns that were like DLC campaigns that came out like over the years, and they are slowly adding like additional like campaigns, like it's like free DLC that came out like some of them came out like was like 2006 2005, and then some of them came out like 2019, where the modding community is still going strong. So I haven't checked out some of those newer ones, but some of the old ones I remember playing like originally, like way back when it came out. So that was almost 15 something years ago when I was still a baby. But that, and then I have started on Kirby, and I'm enjoying it so far. Like it kind of plays like Mario's, like was it the 3D ish kind of games.
Yeah,
it's not like a 3D open area. It's just like kind of like a linear kind of windy kind of path, and then you kind of like discover items and stuff like that while on your track, and then get their secret things. Each area has like 3 or 4 different secret things that you have to find in it. So it's been a lot of fun so far. I feel like I'm about like halfway through it already. I started like yesterday afternoon, so that's the only downside to it.
Are you playing on Mighty mode? Are you playing?
Yes. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm hearing people say that it's hard, but I was like, I just came from Elden Ring, so this is not hard at all for me.
Right?
So.
I've heard it's so hard. I'm like, one of the last Kirby games was like, you could not die. Like, you literally would just float back up. So
I think, isn't that what the easy mode is that you just can't die?
I guess so. Oh, they said you have a lot of health. That's what I read, but I didn't even check. I didn't even try to play it.
I wouldn't even mess with it. So last week I was talking about, man, I'm so fatigued with Elden Ring, and then I spent 3 days fighting the same boss, right? And I finally beat him, and then I finally talked Ty into buying Elden Ring. So I bought Elden Ring on PC and have now started a new character just for playing with him in co-op.
Oh my gosh.
I'm that kind of guy. But I've started my Darth Maul character build, which is going pretty well so far. So
nice.
I think this character is just going to be like building all of the crazy builds that you see people do. Like someone's made like Kratos now, so like that's a nice little progression.
That's the one, the third character I built in the game. So
nice.
That one's really, really powerful.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. But I still haven't technically beaten my first playthrough, but I've gotten to what is it called? It's the area that I sent you the picture that has the giant tornado that they just called Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, the failing firearms or whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but
Faramazula, I think.
Yeah.
So I think I'm close. I think that's like one of the last areas in the game. So
yeah,
I'm getting there. I'm close, and people have I already know who the final boss is. People are not able to not spoil things online. And it looks challenging, I'm not going to lie, but I just spent 3 days fighting a giant. So, I mean, I feel like I'm ready for anything.
Yeah, they've gotten the speed run under 19 minutes on PC, which is crazy.
I thought I was, my phone was having trouble loading one day, but I was watching a video of Elden Ring about some guy fighting this really big boss, but it turned out it was just Venus Williams hitting a ball against a wall. Really big health bar, though.
Yeah, they have also found certain walls that have like 10,000 health that you have to just constantly beat up on. Which one of them is in the Volcano Manor area, but I guess since I decided to do the quest line, I'm not allowed to attack inside of that place, which means I'm not able to get that secret item. Unless I guess I just kill someone somehow. All right. Let's get into some of this news this week. I thought I had one of them already pulled up. Yeah, here it is. Y'all know item shops, right? They're very helpful in lots of video games, and they always seem to have all the great things that you need as they come on, or as you progress through the game. And unfortunately, some of these item shops, though, they don't get a lot of attraction anymore because, it's like that first item shop at the game that doesn't sell, like, all of the really good gear compared to, like, that city 2 towns over that has, like, the really, like, late game gear. And, this particular item shop, which I think, let's see, this is at the Flame Lord's Fortress. They had to start selling vape shit. And it's just to make it by, and I'm sure CBD stuff is coming too. What do y'all think about?
I mean, it's a shame, but being at the Flame Lord's location, it's a really good venue for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Try it out, yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this.
You're pulling it off, man.
God, I'm not good at improv. Anyway. I'm really bad about like wanting to do something like this and then just immediately going, man, this sounds like this is gonna be fucking terrible. So I think maybe we just don't do that.
Okay.
So sorry for anyone who was listening to this. I'm terrible at planning stuff. We were gonna try to do some fake news, like and improv it like it was gonna be like real stuff, and it was just reading hard drive articles, and it was just
for April Fools.
Yeah, it was like April Fool's stuff, but man, some of this stuff, it just doesn't work very well. But I'll tell you
Here's what it is. It's in the advertising business, you just have to sell it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about whether it actually sounds good or not. You just have to come in like a market team lead and be like, yeah, this program is awesome. It's totally not shitty. The last 3 companies that had this program totally didn't bail on it. It's going to be super awesome for this company. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it work. I believe in it, even though it has like a 1 out of 5-star reviews on Google Play. Yeah. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
Perfect fit for us.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the real news of the week. So Xbox is acquiring Activision, right? We talked about that for months now. Sony is very upset that they're about to lose Crash Bandicoot as an IP. So CEO of Sony, Jim Ryan, has suggested that they just put Crash Bandicoot like in between Xbox and PlayStation and let him decide which platform he would like to be on, which I think that's actually a really good idea. So the article here says, in response to Microsoft's recent acquisition of Activision, Jim Ryan, CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, has suggested the beloved video game character be placed between the heads of the 2 companies so he can choose who he wants to be with. Quote, Sony and Crash have had a deep relationship for decades, said Ryan, his eyes visibly red and puffy. Sony has been there from the moment he was born and stayed right alongside him on every occasion that we've exploited him for profit. We've prepared to put Crash into as many games as he would like if he chooses to remain on PlayStation, and I mean the good ones and not just PlayStation All-Stars. Y'all think Crash should be a Sony exclusive, or should he stick with transition to being a Microsoft IP?
It's been so long. Crash is a Sony mascot, and I mean, I would love to see Crash Gears of War, but it's just not really feasible for that IP.
I don't know.
And honestly, I would really like to see it as like a 90s commercial too, though, where it's like he's like, huh? And then they do like a Crash Bandicoot Lost in Time sort of split. And we get 2 crashes.
I feel like if they cared more about him, they wouldn't have waited so long to do a sequel to Crash, with Crash 4. But I'm just thinking about what if they made a Banjo and Crash mashup game, where you're playing as both of them. It's a collectible.
What if Crash Bandicoot is in Halo?
Oh. What? Okay, wait, hold up. No, hold up. Hold up. I got this. Your armor in Halo is just the Crash Bandicoot mascot that they used. What's got the hole in the face.
Yes.
And it just has Chief's helmet, just right in the center of it.
That would be great.
I don't know. I think that he should just be on both. Let's just call it even. Just put him on both platforms at the same time. And just make everyone happy.
Oh,
yeah.
And then there's cross progression, but you have to have both consoles to complete the game.
Oh. That would be cool. Or, like, to make it worse, like, you have to play the first half of the game on PlayStation, and then it says, please insert the game into your Xbox, and it's just because the game's, like, on a regular Blu-ray and not a PlayStation exclusive Blu-ray. And they make you put it into an Xbox, and then you have to play the rest of it. But if you buy an Xbox Series S, you just can't play it.
And then there's paid DLC.
Which is only on the PlayStation because they have timed exclusivity.
What a beautiful world.
Our next story here, we've talked about this hit popular game, Raid Shadow Legends, a lot on the show. Michael has used it as a plug several times because definitely wasn't bought off by them for a little while. And then a surprising twist of news, they had their first player that was not sent to the game through an ad on YouTube. They just said, I'm going to go download the game. The gamer, who has been identified as a 17-year-old high school junior at Grover Cleveland High School, surprised his circle of friends when he revealed that he was going to give Raid Shadow Legends a shot. Quote, when Dennis said he was going to try fucking Raid Shadow Legends, I thought he was just fucking with us, said his friend. Like, oh, he's going to make some funny post or something about it, but no, I guess he's just heard one too many streamers do paid ads for the thing and finally caved. It happens to the best of us. One time I got so drunk I enrolled at the University of Phoenix. So, I mean, props to Raid Shadow Legends. They've been around for, God, feels like 10 years. I think it's only been like 5, but it feels like they've been around for forever. So they finally got someone who actually wants to play their game and isn't just there as it being a cash cow for other stuff. Maybe I'll try
I
Raid
would like
Shadow
it
Legends.
more. I would really like it more if they did some crossovers, because y'all know I'm a slut for crossovers.
Or just make a console version of it instead of making it just a mobile game.
Yeah.
Do something like that.
Actually, there is. It's really shitty.
Oh, well.
It's on. Yeah, you can play it on PC. It's just really shitty to play. It's better if you get an emulator for an emulator and then download it that way.
That's a lot of extra work.
It is. Raid Shadow Legends, everybody.
Play for free today.
But at what cost? Free.
All the microtransactions, I guess.
All the microtransactions. You need those gems to fortify your skeleton army.
Just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel instead. Get you some...
Or give all your microtransactions to Epic, who was giving all their money to the Ukrainian humanitarian effort. So, there's that.
Is this still going on, right?
I think it was. I actually got a pack today. It was like $4. Some generic anime girl with baseball bats.
Yeah, they've raised over $100 million just in Fortnite transactions.
Just in Fortnite transactions.
That means in like
million.
a couple
in
of
a week.
weeks. Yeah. Think about how much money that they rake in because people just buy cosmetics from Fortnite.
Like, Jesus Christ. Like, can you imagine if I got like just a 1% of that money? I'd be rich.
I mean, good for them for giving it to Ukraine, but still, like, think about all the other times where they have it.
And they're like what was it, like the 5th largest army in the world now because they've stolen all the Russian tanks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Ukrainian army is like the 5th largest army in the world technically because they've stolen so many Russian tanks.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were saying Epic Games was the 5th largest army.
I did too at first, but
just a bunch of troopers just like popping in from the sky.
Let's go, gamers!
Battle Royale, bitches!
Gamers, rise up!
AK-47's grandma.
They just like everyone who plays Fortnite. They just put out a call to arms and drop them in Ukraine, and then they just start killing Russian soldiers and put the L on their head and start dancing. Kill someone.
Oh my god!
Sorry, I gotta ring this doorbell while an enemy's inside so I can get the weekly.
Don't forget.
Knock over a mailbox. Yes.
Don't forget to. Oh man, I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not going to. Never mind. It was bad. Never mind. All right. Let's go on to our next one. I wish Richard was here because he loves MMA, he hates Logan Paul, and he loves Punch Out, which is literally this is what this whole article is about. This is the Richard Woodard article right here. Logan Paul has decided that he's going to challenge Little Mac to a fight on Final Destination, which I can only imagine means that there's not going to be any items involved, which means that Little Mac is definitely probably going to lose this fight, which is sad because Little Mac is such an icon for 80s and I guess later on video games too. But yeah, the article here says that controversial YouTuber and aspiring boxer Logan Paul has issued his latest high-profile challenge, a bout with amateur boxing legend Little Mac at the iconic Final Destination fighting arena. Saying, quote, wait, never mind. Yeah. Normally I couldn't give a fuck about this dipshit, but I'll buy this fight for sure, said a fan, Alan Lowe. Absolutely holy shit, he said they're actually going to construct the Final Destination arena. Was that for real? It's like in space or something. So they're going to go to outer space, and Logan Paul is going to fight Little Mac. And I hope that Little Mac wins and he rips that $10,000 Charizard Pokemon card off his neck and then sells it on eBay. It's going to be fantastic. Y'all think Little Mac has a chance of winning?
I think he'll do it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I just want Logan Paul to lose.
I think that's what we all want.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the whole video of him being like in the Japanese forest thing, I was like, I don't have no respect for this dude.
I mean, and both of them have a chance of just falling off into space. I mean, Logan Paul has like almost zero fighting ability, and Little Mac has that side B. So
yeah. Says details on the fight are still developing. As of press time, Logan Paul has been seen working on his 2-frame punches. When asked to comment, Smash Bros. Creator Masahiro Sakurai said, "Please don't ask me to put Logan Paul in the game. I'm so tired."
I thought he was already in Smash, because when you do the statue summons, the little punching bag comes out.
Yeah. The quote from Logan Paul says, "I'm not scared of the smallest boxer I've ever seen. I've boxed Floyd Mayweather Jr. Bring on Little Mac. I ain't scared. Every tape I've ever seen of this kid fight in the last 10 years, he's just getting lit up by Sonic, Cloud, Luigi, you name it. I'm paying for Final Destination. We're fucking doing this, and I'm doing it the way that everyone respects. Time, items on high, with several CPUs running around. So never mind. They are playing with items, which means it's not actually a tournament legal fight. So even if Logan wins it, it's not going to damage Little Mac's record, which is
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right. There's a lot. Like I love all the headlines this week because they're so like tiny. Like they're not like, I guess not yet at least. They haven't been like big blowout discussion ones. Means we have time to break down all the news, including the Bloodborne PS1 developer who made like the demake of it has announced they're making Bloodborne Kart, which is literally just a kart racer with Bloodborne characters for PS1, and it's going to be fantastic. Because that means that we're pretty close to having Elden Ring kart, which I think everyone will be very interested in playing.
Yes.
Would y'all like do some online matches in some Super Bloodborne kart?
I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I'm probably not gonna play it, but yeah. I'm glad they're making something like that just for fun.
There was another racer that came out pretty soon, or just recently, like
Chocobo.
A Disney one.
Oh, the
Final Fantasy one. Yeah.
Chocobo GP, which no one wants to play because it has a lot of microtransactions in it.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
It actually looked good.
All right, let's get into probably the biggest topic of this week's show. We've talked before about PlayStation Spartacus, which was PlayStation's answer to Xbox Game Pass, which we thought was their answer to Xbox Game Pass. It turned out that it's kind of like an answer to Game Pass, but it's missing like one of the really big things with it. But anyway, they have decided to make 3 tiers for PS Plus, which is the PlayStation Plus Essential, the Plus Extra, and the Plus Premium packages. This is rolling out, I believe, in June, so you got a couple months to get ready for this thing. So let's just break this down real quick. So PlayStation Plus Essential, it's pretty much the same thing as PlayStation Plus Now. It's $10 a month, $60 a year. You get 2 monthly downloadable games through the PlayStation Plus thing, exclusive discounts, cloud storage, online multiplayer access. The PlayStation Plus Extra has all the stuff of the Essential tier, plus adds a catalog of up to 400-ish of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits. That's blockbuster. Oh my god, blockbuster hits from PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in the extra tier are downloadable to play. This is going to be $15 a month, $100 a year. And the Plus Premium is all of that stuff. Adds up to 340 additional games, including PS3 games available for cloud streaming. Catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP. With cloud versions available for cloud streaming access for all of those games. And time-limited game trials will also be offered. That is $18 a month, $120 a year. Chase, how do you feel about these new PlayStation prices?
I feel like they're pretty good. I mean, I think I've stacked up a few years in advance, so I don't know what the options are going to be to upgrade. They have not released that information yet. They still haven't released like the game list yet, which they said they will be announcing soon. I think they went ahead and just like announced this just because of that leak last week, because some misinformation was getting spread around. And also, I feel like they never really said this is our competitor to Game Pass. Like I think articles kind of just speculated this what this was going to be, but it's combining PS Plus and PS Now. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of getting those together, and then they are adding some more benefits as the tiers get higher. And but as far as prices go, it doesn't seem like a bad deal to me. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do all of it yet. I'm just kind of waiting on the game list. I'm still more of a physical disc buyer, honestly. So I'm kind of going to see what goes from there as far as like the list goes. But no, I feel like it's a good value. Like I mean, for what all you're getting, I mean, like at the highest tier, I think it was like would you get like 700 games? That's a lot. And if you have that option to download or stream, I feel like that's a great thing, because a lot of people were complaining about the streaming service on both services, on the Xbox and PlayStation, about how it's just not up to par as what it should be. And that's not mostly it's not dealing with. It's like a person to person kind of thing, because it kind of depends on your provider, and most providers are not doing, that high tier streaming for gaming yet. I mean, it'll be there eventually, and maybe all games will go to that eventually, but it's still not there yet.
I think the biggest takeaway from this is that the PS3 games can't be downloaded to be played. They have to be streamed because of how terrible the architecture is with this, and it's how hard it is to emulate PS3 games, even on modern consoles. Michael, have you ever? I mean, I don't think you've probably done anything with emulation of PS3 games yet. They're not retro enough to probably, for a lot of people, to start doing stuff like that, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard anything about this PS3 architecture and why it's so hard to emulate?
I think it just has to do with the physical chips they had on board. I mean, and that was one of the first Blu-ray consoles. It was cheaper to get a PS3 than it was a Blu-ray player. So, I mean, there was a lot to go into, like chip-wise. And I think the same happened for the PS1. PS1 was so unique, it was cheaper for them to just put a PS1 chip in the PS2 and in the PS3 rather than try to emulate the PS1.
Yep.
And so I think really the same thing has happened. Just the generation gap. Like it's just so hard to try to emulate it. Eventually, we'll catch up.
Yeah. My only thing is, like Chase said, this isn't a direct competition to Game Pass. The big differences between the two is that Xbox's first party games are getting dumped directly into their service, which on here they're not as of yet. They may end up changing later on. But I think they've said right now that it's not like financially viable to put it in that service. So who knows, maybe it'll come later. But the other big thing is that if I have an original Xbox disc, I can just pop it into my Xbox Series and play it. Which I think is kind of weird that if they're able to download these games but if you already own them, what would be the reason why you couldn't just pop the disc in the PS5 and play it, other than the fact that the PS5 just doesn't recognize like CDs as a form of like input anymore. It only supports DVDs and Blu-rays, which that's just an update. They could just like, oh, here we send an update out, so now it can read CDs and you can just play your PlayStation 1 Crash Bandicoot.
Well, not necessarily. A lot of players have two different lasers, and basically, essentially, two different readers for CDs versus Blu-ray or CDs versus DVD.
Oh, okay.
So that's not essentially like a 1-1 crossover. You might think so. But I don't think the technology is caught up to where like it's just a smart like computer inside the reader that goes, okay, this is a CD or DVD or Blu-ray or
That's
HD DVD or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of times they'll either have like two lasers or like a combination laser device, and so you actually have hardware limitations as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And then I think even for like the Xbox, one of the consoles like spun around a different way, and literally most drives had to be hacked to be able to spin differently or read backwards, basically, to actually get that hacking community to work. So
yeah, you got to be careful doing that. You might accidentally spit out some kind of satanic messaging spinning your CD backwards.
Yeah, just like with the original Pokemon song.
Yeah. Chase, are you going to end up going for the full tier or the premium tier with this, or are you going to wait? And
I am going to wait and see the list of games. I'm probably, because there's a lot of PlayStation games that I just missed out on. Because I went from PlayStation 1 to Xbox, and then I was an Xbox person for a while until PS4 came out. So there's a lot of games in that area that I just missed out on. And I did also read that article about Jim Ryan was stating that, like those PlayStation games, the new PlayStation games, they're not going to be day one. So I mean, I like a lot of people were wanting that, but I know that's just not going to happen at this time, because he was saying, he also believed, that like PlayStation games were never going to come to get PC. He said 4 years ago, you would have told me, I could play God of War on PC, I would have laughed at you. But and now that's the thing. He says it just kind of depends on what the market needs or wants, and then they're going to kind of go from there. There may be some day one stuff coming up, but it may not be. It probably may not be PlayStation exclusive, but we'll see. I'm kind of I'm very hopeful for this service. If it works really, really well, and a lot of people start to take onto it, they may start to do that where they're doing like day one games.
Yeah.
So
isn't at least some of this also able to be played on PC too? There's something about that, like maybe it was like the backwards compatible like PS1 and 2 games. I
can't remember reading anything about that.
I like faintly remember seeing it somewhere, but I don't remember where it was at. But anyway, some of the games that are coming to this, as far as the PS4 and PS5 type games, is going to be starting to get launched. It's going to have Death Stranding, God of War, Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, Mortal Kombat 11, and Returnal. Which out of those, if you were already a PS Plus member, I guess you only really get God of War out of that. So you will be able to play like Miles Morales and Returnal and stuff like that. But it's streaming, I believe. So that's going to be, I don't know, playing a game like Returnal but streaming it. Don't know how I'd feel about playing something like that.
Yeah.
Because that game requires like, precise inputs. And,
very, very precise, very, very quick movements. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll have more to share about the PS Plus stuff as it happens. But that's all we have for now on that. And I'm sure we'll hear more about it closer to June. What we're not going to hear any more about for a while is Breath of the Wild 2. Because unfortunately, it has been delayed to next year. Which is... my heart breaks. It weeps and it breaks. But now Elden Ring will be Game of the Year probably. Because it didn't have, other than God of War, probably doesn't have any really strong competition. Yeah. Anyone else? I mean, did y'all see this coming? We kind of talked back and forth. About
we kind of thought it was probably going to happen.
Where are they going to put all those Korak seeds in that limited amount of time? So.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like one less 2022 open world game to go through.
That is very true. That is very true. Considering that I've been spending a month on
competition from Genshin Impact constantly releasing updates now. So
yeah. Oops, smack my microphone. The statement that Eiji Aonuma put out says, as previously announced, the adventure in the sequel will take place not just on the ground as in the previous game, but also in the skies above. However, the expanded world goes beyond that, and there will be an even wider variety of features you can enjoy, including new encounters and new gameplay elements. He said that, and then they showed a picture of Link looking very raggedy, and with his Master Sword that looks like it's half melted. So... my theory, I think everyone else's theory, is that pretty much this game is going to be spent repairing the Master Sword. Which, I mean, is not a new topic that they've done. We've had to do that before in other games. And I'll do it again. I think Link actually looks really fucking cool. With his, whatever you want, his raggedy look that he has going on here. So, I'm still excited. It's supposed to be spring next year, which... means that 2023 could just be like 2020. God, dates are messed up. 2023 could be like 2017, where it launches starts with Zelda, ends with Mario Odyssey. So, or if there's a Mario Odyssey 2, it may be coming out next year.
I hope so.
One of my favorite YouTubers, AlphaRad, he's playing a not legal version of Mario Odyssey that has 8-player multiplayer. And it's just him and all these people playing hide and seek on all the different maps. And they've got like collision on, so whoever's if they just touch the other players, then they die and come back as being on their side. And the goal is to just find all 8 players within like, I think 20 minutes or something like that. It looks really fun. Like, I could watch people play that all day. I mean, people were getting really creative. Like, they're like hanging from ledges and like all sorts of stuff. It was fun. I think he was playing with like Mario Odyssey speedrunners. So like, you know, they're just zooming around the map. It's great.
Wow.
All right, let's see. How are we doing on time? We got a little bit of time to go. I want to try something. And yeah, I usually use this show to demo new ideas for fun things we could do.
Docking.
Yes.
Or switches.
Yeah. I will admit this isn't a original idea, but I thought it would be something fun, like a game we could play on here. And this is called the ESRB game. So pretty much I have a couple of games here with their entire ESRB description. And of course, like at the beginning of this, it's very vague, or it's very like precise about what it's talking about. But as the description keeps going, it starts to get very, very vague about what the game is. So the concept of the game is I'm going to start at the bottom of the list and work my way up from like the vague stuff to the more precise stuff. And you try to guess what the game is before I get to the end of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this first clue for this game is this. During the course of one mission, players must wait for a pet creature to defecate and then collect its feces. Any guesses?
No Man's Sky.
No, not No Man's Sky.
What happens in No Man's Sky?
I couldn't tell you. I don't think that's a quest, though. A handful of enemy creatures are depicted with exposed buttocks.
No Man's Sky.
Definitely No Man's Sky now.
All of these are No Man's Sky.
The game contains some suggestive sexual material in the dialogue. My loins are moist with dew when my eyes are locked on you. That's a quote. As if I could be seen knocking boots with that poor thing.
You talking about Conqueror's Bad Fur Day?
No. I would rather be copulating on a unicorn. Just keep it in my pants, okay, darling? Just
Sounds like
that.
Deadpool.
During a prolonged sequence, a tree creature is depicted a tree creature is depicted emitting red blood. I'm sorry. This was actually like half of a sentence. This isn't broken down well. Battles are highlighted by realistic gunfire, cries of pain, and green or blue blood splatter effects. During a prolonged sequence, a tree creature is depicted emitting red blood. That was the whole thing.
Doom?
I don't think they would have blue and green blood in Doom.
There's all sorts of blood in Doom. I don't know.
Players use pistols, crossbows, machine guns, and melee weapons to kill enemy forces.
Doom.
No. Any guess, Chase? Okay. As players explore graphic novel-style environments, they traverse landscapes, interact with characters, complete missions, quests, and battle humans and creatures.
Alien Hominid? No.
And the last one. This is a first-person shooter in which players assume the role of a character within a fantasy tabletop role-playing game.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Correct.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We'll do one more and then call. This one's not as long as that one. Let's see. The starting clue. The word bastard appears in the game. Any guesses? It could
Boy
be
bastard?
It could be anything. Some alien creatures emit splashes of blood when shot and killed. In one sequence, bloodstains appear on an altar that players interact with.
Doom.
No.
No idea.
Players use futuristic pistols, machine guns, and rocket launchers against enemies. Combat is frenetic, with realistic gunfire, explosions, and cries of pain.
Fortnite.
No.
Oh.
No idea.
As players traverse the alien landscape, they battle against native creatures and mechanized sentries.
Definitely No Man's Sky.
Is it Horizon?
No. Alright, last one. This is a third-person shooter in which players assume the role of an astronaut reliving the same day after crash landing on an alien planet.
Is it Outer Wilds?
No Man's Sky.
It is Returnal.
No.
Anyway, I have another one if you want to try it. If not, we can move on to trivia.
Is the answer No Man's Sky?
No. One day you're gonna stop guessing it if we keep this going, and then I'll actually put No Man's Sky in there. Just at the right call. All right, let's go ahead and just do trivia and wrap things up for the day. If I could get to where I put the trivia question. All right. This week's trivia question is: which of these games spawned the popular "press F to pay respects" meme? Was it Saints Row the Third, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, BioShock Infinite, or Far Cry 4? You know what I'm talking about? Hold F to pay respects.
I didn't
What
know that.
options again?
It was Saints Row the Third, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, BioShock Infinite, or Far Cry 4.
I'm gonna say BioShock.
It was Saints Row. I didn't know that was from a video game. So
Yep. It's actually from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. In the very first mission, you're at a funeral, and you can walk up to the casket, and on PC, you just press F to pay your respects.
okay.
Yep. But nowadays, it's been shortened to where people just type the letter F and just call you a loser, and then they go about their day. All right. Well, let's start wrapping things up with some plugs. Chase, you got anything to plug this week other than your unboxing video?
Yeah, check out that video. I know I got a lot of notifications that a lot of stuff on my wish list on PlayStation were on sale. I haven't hopped on to check on to see what else is on sale. I know the Gamefly is also having another sale. I can't remember if there's anything else going on this week.
I've been looking to see if there's any more Ukraine bundles, but I haven't seen anything. And that Humble Bundle thing, I thought it was supposed to go on until the 5th, but I looked the other day because I was talking to somebody about it, and I guess they've either ended it early or I read the dates wrong or something, because it's now over with.
Just where you're right.
Yeah. It said it ended on the 25th. Which is sad.
Yeah.
Michael, anything to plug?
No, not this week. Nothing really. Nothing going on.
Yeah, that's about
Nothing
where
at all.
I'm at. I'm in my last week of Walmart mode, and then I get to start going into new adventures. So I'm trying to just take it easy and not. I'm trying to beat Elden Ring, but now I've also started it again. So who knows?
Oh, I found out the Oscars happened this week because of all the Will Smith memes. So.
Oh yeah. Don't forget to look at your daily dose of Will Smith memes, because I've been having a blast with that. All right. That's going to be it for episode 84 of Next Gen Newsweek. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Chase, for joining me. Sorry Richard couldn't be here.